Hey, I'm Scott Long. Welcome to PROTRADE TV.com. This segment here, just to give you a little background on me, I'm a national touring stand-up comedian, a writer for television, and the author of the Juice blog at baseballtoaster.com. Now what we're going to do here is a discussion of something you won't see at ESPN, Fox, or any of the other websites. This is a discussion about the loser, the gambling loser specifically, that you never hear about when you talk about the NFL. For example, what I'm talking about is, let's take the big game of the week, the Chargers, the Titans. Wow, everyone was so excited about how the Chargers came back. What about the guy, the poor sap, who had the Titans and the points? Because there were no points. It was even. It was an even game. 17-3. 7 minutes left in the game. That guy's cashing his check at the window. No. The Chargers come back. The Titans fall apart. Let's think about the whole situation in regards to the over-under, which was 39.5. We're sitting at 20 points with 7 minutes left in the game. That's not covered on ESPN, is it? No. The NFL Network doesn't even touch it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're going to talk about here. Let's talk about the Eagles. Akers, that's all he has to do is make that field goal, and we can try to get a backdoor cover. No, doink! That's what happens. Actually, the Eagles have a big quarterback controversy right now. The fans can't decide, is it Thielen? Is it McNabb? Who do we want to boo more? That's what the Eagles fans are trying to figure out right now. Now, the big story I thought in gambling this week was the Jets-Browns game. If you don't know, the Jets were down by 5 points with 1:48 left, and Mangini did the thing that I have a lot of respect for. He went for the cover. He kicked a field goal. He was caring about the Jets fans, but everyone's booing him. Why didn't you go for a touchdown? He's trying to cover the spread, people. Think about it. Now, the Jets offense, though, makes no sense. I mean, let's be honest right now when we talk about it. Their Belichick spy video is now being sold in the horror section at Blockbuster. They're not doing things right. Now, the guy I feel badly for is Michael Vick. That's the big story, of course, going into this week. Michael Vick is going to spend 23 months in jail. Think about how far things have fallen for Michael Vick. In just the past year, he's went from the quarterback position to the doggy position. Woof. I need to get some sound effects for this segment. Now, Ricky Williams, another guy who's had his troubles with the law, is going to be out for the rest of the year. And I'm saddened by the whole life that Ricky Williams has to endure, because he has to have more guys spend time in the bathroom when he goes than Senator Larry Craig. Ouch. We're all getting excited for the game of the century, too. That's the Pats and Colts when they play in the AFC Championship. I'm going to try to do a regular segment here where I do a little comparison between the two teams, just to give you a better feel for who they really are. Peyton Manning, of course, a guy who would spend his time on a box of Wheaties. Tom Brady, a little different, maybe a box of Trojans. When I'm talking about coaches, you got to talk about Tony Dungy, who's the guy who would seem like he would have maybe get his theme for life from the 700 Club, where Bill Belichick seems to get his themes from the CIA playbook. A tip for this weekend, let me explain, don't even think about putting money on the Panthers. You got a quarterback who's ancient. This is a guy whose training crew puts Ensure in his Gatorade. Vinny Testaverde actually has Polygrip in his mouthpiece. Don't put money on a team like that. Also, the team that you should probably put money on is the Vikings. If you haven't been paying attention, they have outscored their opponents 74 points over the last 3 weeks. Though we have to keep in mind who they've been playing, there have been more gifts given to the Vikings over this past 3 weeks than, well, since Leif Erikson got back from one of his voyages. See, that's something that ProTrade's going to bring you. History lessons. This is amazing. Thank you for having me. Come back next week when I really get good at this.